Hello, I'm Mark Richmond from Chef Knives to Go, and I'm sharpening this knife. I've done a few stones already, and we're getting close to the end now. I'm on the Suehiro Rika, and I'm going to, I've already done a couple different stones, 3 to be exact. And I'm only going to strop on this stone, and the reason why is because as you move up into higher and higher grits, if you keep sharpening out the knife, you lose a little of the bite of the edge. And so this is a trick that Murray Carter taught me, and it works quite well. You sharpen on the lower grit stones, and then as you move up, you just use trailing strokes instead of going back and forth on the stone. You just go back. He calls it stropping, and so do I. It's still sharpening the knife. It's just a much gentler way to sharpen, and you still get the benefit of the stone. But from here on in, I'm going to just go backwards. Also, it makes your high grit stones last forever, and you don't have to be quite as careful as you go too, because if you make a mistake on the stone, you won't dig into it or gouge it, and gives good results. So anyways, that's it for this stone. We're just going to do the same on the back side. And I'm going to just talk you through this a little bit. I'm laying the knife down. Don't push it down. You want to lay the knife straight down onto the stone. You want to use the same angle that you're sharpening with, or as close as possible, and you want to draw it back and sweep it across, so you're going through the whole stone and knife on one stroke. One good reason to do this is because as I was sharpening before, back and forth, stitching the edge together basically where there's overlap. You know, you sharpen here and then you move over and you sharpen this part. There's an overlap here, and sometimes you can see where there's a little bump in your edge because there's 2 spots where you've ground it differently. This will take that out. It's another good reason to strop your finer grit stones. And I'll usually do, I like doing this, so I'll usually do 10 times on each side, and then I'll go back, and then I'll do maybe 6 times on each side, and then 2 or 3 times. Less and less. You're not going to ruin it if you don't count or you lose count. So just have fun with this. Go nice and easy. You don't want to push super hard. And as with the other stones, you just want to concentrate on keeping that angle nice and consistent. And to do that, you kind of have to lift it a little bit at the end to get that tip. You wouldn't have to lift it if you were drawing it straight across. It's harder to do, so I angle like this as I go through. And if you angle it like this, you need to make sure you're contacting the edge up here toward the tip, and you'll feel yourself come off of it after a while. Alright, so we're pretty much done this one. We only have 1 stone left, and that's the natural stone called the Ohira Tomai. And I get this stone from Kyoto, from a natural stone dealer, and it's a really cool stone, and it does a nice job for finishing knives. And then we'll be stropping on that, and then stropping on some leather after the last natural stone. Okay, again, run it through. I'll clean this off. We'll come back and we'll do the Ohira. I'm Mark Richmond. Stay sharp.